39 minutes after 5, Ekosiisen in the higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Inti, utie background out the debates no Asha said that Kofi Adams and Dr. James Kwabena Bonfe. Munya butre, mumiyen fanko munya butre. Ekosiisen suni. Honorable Kofi Adams akwa beti say.
Yeah, many amejodo.
Bibi aboko.
Well, Mitiasi yidi emeka say nkasa no say ye ka no but wa woni say enye boko hiama bebre ena enye den enko yie but ansa na ye be kokko no ma memfa akwenye yi mini minua Dr. Kwabena Bonfe aka Kabila enante ya che
you were in UCC together
from Cape Coast. At that time, me juma
okay.
But we knew ourselves from Cape Coast to youth leadership to many other things. Now, obey doctor PhD.
Yes.
Yenshia.
Okay.
Any first timer. Yenshia not just on air.
Okay.
But physically. So it is appropriate. So even though I check after many other I would say graduation have been done all right, but it's appropriate. So I congratulate him for when I see colleagues who take it up despite the very busy schedule to add letters to their names. I really love it because we try to encourage as many to do it, and I'm happy for him.
Sure.
And for many others, because it broadens you.
Yeah.
A man with understanding of issues, completely different.
It's true.
We always say education and just wasting there be antisa. What do you go through to qualify to hold PhD? It's not an easy. Easy.
It's true.
No crazy ye we be who just honorary na ye ton ukutua this na it me the man e no ho de but man microphone come fire no and compare near what
partners
defend it bibia don't worry I congratulate him despite the but though Oma yending komo na this yeah komo no bia ebini nia ya chance e wa ha o ye fanko but ye fanko the baby na ye dia ba ebi omo so obi kenya akwenye ide ma memfa nchia me Chief,
mini ape ochewo kitapo. Na nape ochewo.
No kwe. Hey, ya not you. Easy. In this short life, like I said, this short life. We've gone places. We've done things. We've done things.
It's true.
Now,
but boko.
Oh, boko. But then you know the consensus of development and also evenly spread, and when it happens that way, it puts a lot of stress on who are we member of parliament, we leader. Look, ye didn't come sir. Look, the issue of even cocoa sector egu
na boem cocoa
is a major cocoa growing area. Major.
Oh, okay.
There's not a single community in Buema omunye kuku. There's no community in Buema omunye kuku even till now. Those times as it was involved, kuku na more of Hohwe now as divided into Afaja to South, Hohwe, then maybe Bando, then Ubeba Jasikan, and then you have Biakwe out of it. KJB, what they call Kwanta South. These were the major cocoa growing areas. I remember one time, my community Tetema won the highest producer target in Volta region as it was the anti-cocoa and the mainstay of the people. Now, many challenges are abasisiano. Whether I call it challenges or clear mismanagement or what, no mintias here. Say, omobedo mu cocoa no be ube fat through all the processes, no. After what they call license buying companies, no one has moton, na sikeni ho.
Oh, how?
Yes.
New price, yeah.
I'm telling you, na sika nye den sika any ho. So the farmers now have to pick. No, what do you call no? A dryer we are now what they are to ho. Because if you go and sell it to a particular license buying company, yeah. You have to wait till they get money and say no. So what do? You have to still keep the cocoa and pick phones and be calling until say Obibeka say, oh, sika baha, then you rush and send it. And some unlicensed companies are any license are taking advantage of this. And if you are now omuko round no then omuto cocoa no omuto then they smuggle it out of what? Ghana. Just because Cocoa Board is not factoring release of monies to these LBCs in team.
Now LBCs no Cocoa Board funds them.
Yeah, Cocoa Board support them. Cocoa Board mounts. Now almost surrender beans in Uswa. The CMC is supposed to pay them. Now so sir Siketiano and call the way I was say echo. When you go for the syndicated facility, a percentage of that facility is also given to these license buying LBCs, companies. Cocoon. Because if you say they should just go and take bank loans, they will not make it. It's not possible.
No, so but you also know the challenges at Cocoa Board and raising syndicated.
Well, when you have a problem, no, because of over the years, you have not managed the processes well. Look at the time I say in Kofi Moran economy were incompetent. Cocoa Board was getting syndicated facility for a bill of 1%, 1.2%, or even less. And you are struggling. Why? Cocoa so to na cotton to free kwifono na cotton wo amanone adane asem. But those are the very challenges.
And what it means is that the cocoa farmers are not reaping the benefit of the new prices are buying now saying.
Well, as for the new prices, because of inflation and destruction of the economy in many areas, it has become useless. It has become motivating and encouraging smuggling, because Nipano or the cocoa no cotton ewo togua or Nyamfaso saying the so-called new price that have been announced.
Really?
That's what is happening. That's what is happening. That's the truth. That's the truth. And the worst part, say, infrastructure development now here in terms of roads are being sponsored by under cocoa rules, all those areas, so you are not getting the physical infrastructure, and you are also not making anything out of your toil. So Nipanukrano, maybe I don't want to say that omunye patriotic. No, I would not want to say so. Even though when you smuggle something that is meant for your country, you are being unpatriotic. But I would not want to use that on them, because if Senkasikano kra wo ho what do you call no call LBCs no obenya wosika fine enu bi kra sika ni bi ni ho. One year lucky. Now obi ufa koko no to taxi ni ma na abobo ya say we dey call bibia ya ka say sika wo ho a wo kwa akoton na ya chill say you want to smuggle also, even though you may not be smuggling. In the middle of this, so I've had to have some engagement for us to come to a certain level of what agreement say obi free to try and push the cocoa from Bibia Owo to Bibia Sikawa. Give some evidence to the assembly member in your community for him to know, say, what the idea here then echo, so that almost stop along the line now. On say, oh, and ya dia was a sakoko no say what they call outside of the boundaries of what Ghana, but now what they call another community, the license buying company, Nipano was scar. over to me at the Sikanamo. But I was just going to greet the chief of Jasikan. Why Ogusua Oye Numa Bebre Ewo ne area of jurisdiction many as Yabetinaha as elected officials na ahim for omuye omu juma eboa yensu ye juma no yanka amma omu either say omu beti ana omu behu se nya omu ye no eso yesu yenima na ebinum so esunya efiri nya omu ya na maybe yanye no baba he is doing quite well and he is holding his communities together and he is giving some stools and power to the smaller communities also so that at least attention can be paid to them. Over the weekend, you know, 2 chiefs and 1 queen mother were outdoor on Sunday after going through the traditional ceremonies processes and I welcome them to the throne. Omumbwa Jessica Hini and the Adonti Hini of the Buim traditional area. Na Jessica area also and the same goes to all the other chiefs also Atonko Musu homecoming program, and I think that it was very good. A number of chiefs came around to support. So any community bia or mobile bibia or say meka ho asem betina hana say menya ho akwenya meka, and I want to encourage all of them who are doing things in diverse ways to lift our communities up and say they should see to it say program no because so for your mudie baglo so ebe your mudie during the Easter period, and all these we will monitor and talk about it.
Very well. Yes, we are that Honorable Kofi Adams and Amotene Kano Buem constituency member of parliament, Dr. James Kwabena Bonfe Akwaba na etesen
ya nya obi me nananom se srewenya de bia me ka se ne ahia no ene de wewuda ho.
Yes.
O tinkwamu a o wade na minia Kofi Ayampa isha ya che. You know, your relationship or nkitahudie wo uni nipa ni nipa ndem and ni nyina mu no yi nipa ye nti wakasa adwodome. But you know ehunya say ye bema ye nkitahudie no ni ado eni nyamisu adimu entini.
Yes.
At the end of the day obi se mintimi hwe wani menu bone a ade ne se me hwe obi foforo edinu bone. Yesi ye Christopher, yesi ye nkramofo, yesi ye suro nyame, yesi ye giye nananom sumdi. Ni nyina dwantwa nyame baako. Nyame baako. You never know. E wo musa Christopher gidie ni se obi nko aja no nchan gise onam oba no so. But I'm telling you, me grade me 4 bears. Me nananom nim the name Jesus Christ no. Ano so mfizo omusu nyankopon no. Ufizo omunko heaven. Who are you to determine that? Nti ye manyami sodi enkan na ye ne ye sombi, you know, GDA bi nyame nipa, you know, your national constitution. Yeah, started with the nyamidi in the name of the Almighty God. We the people. I have vertical and horizontal. Horizontal to your supreme God or whatever belief systems. Now horizontal to one more nipa dasa. Yeshane ye disani men edi ye we ntemu a obi ye nema bebre won betosi wo Ghana han mu a entosi ye pre ho akon ye pre apede sa ye den eti ye bechia wana iti ye na ya srese ye kase nyina no sesebi ye kwan ne yenya nyansa eni ye nkwan yitrim na sebi nya ye nkwaso ne nim kasa ya kasa na ya no fomu a ye mfranche ye ho
sure
na mom ye nso no ya no fomu a ye nyintum se ya ankasa yie abo no se maka nso me re na boko ye kukukuku na eja no mu boko
Yeah. I want us to do a young clear way from maybe a minute each on dear brother John Kuma Anyame Etonsa Efreno. In the doc, something about him and all the issues after New One at the Mintio.
Mabusha for no Yako. Na Ubi Messer say, Inano, ye didn't come more near Busia. One my bang ye didn't come more. Ultima some kind of none kind, but yenye. Let's drop hints. Ya pedia, near Pesa wire will own your wheel. Yes, no person is yanka. And now, one more a siamra, any mumra, one more siam pumudimon some, any apumudimon some professionals, say engineers, say a lawyer, say doctors. Yenim diano. Aya yen check akra. India make us a yen check akra ni say. Obi anya simbia na yeka. Anya simbia na yeka. Na yesua se sebi ewiase ya yetimi ni onim die ene die wunim akodru bia no. Ye wonim die bi wonachi a unim. Minim say the means in canon. The more you learn and the more you know, the more you get to know how less you know.
Yes.
The more you know, you know, the less you know.
Yeah.
And it's not a philosopher, Socrates, I say, what of all that I've learned, you know, what I know is that I know nothing. I know nothing. And it's a woman, sir, ever brayasi. Say, there's only one truth. Scientists, researchers, we research into finding the truth. What is the truth? There's only one truth, and that is God. Nobody can fully know God. The moment we fully get to know God, he will cease or she will cease to be God. Yes. He or she will cease to be God. Professor Biasimo Kachamo said, they are mere perspectives and opinions. In the end, triable. Now, the entire make us answer me in say, and some neighbors say, yeah, no beer canadini. Maybe I may catch him a bushia. Say, Sebi, Yame Fremi, I've been a Yekotran, as they say, Ubina Kume. You, I mean, me, I don't believe any human being can kill me. If I Satan with all his powers, I don't think he can kill me unless my God allows. Now, no Bozano or na Fanny, me guardian angel. Yes, Christ on Ankasa Kutamino. So I don't believe in a Nyama amount for Kikanibi. Now, Bani say, Yensusun Kasa. Na Mema Busiano Yako. Nama Kase, Obi. And yum, Tie Adukron. And I say, yum Adukron. Echichemu Edu Miruno. Or say, my young yen nakai. Yansa Kuma. Obi, a name Minu, and I'm yan Sabina war. So be through young couple. No be who will seem to say Yenipa. Nothing so. What do yonko? So, okay. Men who yen nakai. Obia nipa bako pena trust munina throughout history, secular and if I say spiritual or religious. Nipa bako pena exception. Ye man say one diminishing with age, and you find that in Deuteronomy 34, verse 7 and 8. Moses, all Babe Wuno, or see he was 120 years. Now I didn't fear her any aduno.
What do you know?
But many are holding swam from. Now holding swante, Ninyansa, I'm from. Look, and many instances are Nipa, David, or 80 years now I am right.
Yeah.
Well, to me, one can send to me, Yenema Bibri. Ana Nipa Bia Obi, Woko and me, me, the Bia Kofi, and your man near and will go a neighbor to me. That be. You know, Nipa to be 3 days continuous, me and night, and so now you know. And then, Massa, try
to me.
Uja on what yeah. Ye, we diminish with age. Only one person aside exemption here, man, Moses. And for me, that's a lesson in Psalm 90, verse 12. Fear God. Know your limitations as a human being. Love your fellow human being as yourself. Dear John Kumako, no. Now on a personal level, John, or Poku are not or Prempecoli.
Oh, okay.
Now, Minia Bailey Awatri, who was the regional SRC president from Prempeh College or US Michiano. SRC no Prempeh College I advanced.
Yeah.
The SP was there. And SRC was president.
Sure.
Opoku are no the SRC president no yeah.
In the
school prefect.
Okay.
And you be school prefect, you automatically SRC president.
Okay.
And John Kuma person no Besaya regional SRC president. Now, head of the Prempeh College election machine. You call it beating on one home ground. Oh, Pokuariti na ya de ya asres and yeshia. Ya lusu ya year group no. 97 fraternity. Ya shradie. Ya shri nipa. Na ye be man iriti true ene ne ma no. Shade. Na yi na so ya ma ho ya akọ. Said the medical aka no. Enka ye nyina say ye wo baby ko. Na wo kwa. Ene de na de be kai. What legacy? The media meka wo Jonkuma wu no ho ano no say ene minim ho a kwabna de na mepese be kan fa me. Obi de na opepese be kan fa ho. Kofi de na yen kan fa ho. Eno na ye nyina ye mfa kwadwi say be ye papa, say ye be ye bone. Ni nyina ye ne ye kama fo no. Amos 4 verse 12. Prepare to meet your maker.
Your maker. Medase doc. Honorable.
Yeah.
Your colleague MP is no more.
No correct. Na or say a tribute for some of former colleagues. Former MP for I think a Sutifi Saf.
Okay.
Any former MP for Bantama Ochem Abuaje because you basically know this weekend.
Sure.
So Speaker, second Deputy Speaker no Tigwa or announce about these
funerals.
No tributes, no. And makuma ye then a 2 year. Because the last time, no, similarly, na yama tributes. And also 2, sir. Late Dr. Mustafa Ahmed. Any Honorable Likbalimo, former MP for Bandai.
Okay.
Na yama and yama various comments and the rest, and sana the announcement of John Ebaye. So today I was more like reliving that situation, you know, and something came to my mind. Say I decree and declare, say no member of parliament in then Ebewu. And John's leaving, yes. Now yet at a certain point say na Napumidino and yet that good and or call out for some kind of treatment, and Osaba, you know, we thought say everything was okay. But we imagine say would be best son in Yama say may come a constituency on Tuesday for Independence Day parade Wednesday. And for the person to be pronounced say he's died on Thursday shows one maybe the nature and possibly the commitment to working for the constituency. Because meaning say he may not be in the very, very, very best of what shapes. Now so and he went there. And for me, Mete story, you know, that was what touched me, because that is what most of us go through as leaders, sometimes unknown. Senka Ankobanu the way I buy Yanka Kufobibre Ante say he left Accra on that day to the constituency just to be part of his people, to mark such an occasion, even though the state, you know, may not be in the best of form. But like all have said, he's a young person now. Look, when even he's angry, crying as a or they would drink or more, he still will come through. I always will tease him, young IMF for China, because he was the one when we're debating the e-levy issues and then the rest, when he stood there firmly. And Abra announced he said, yeah, IMF. Anytime I see him, then that's how I call him. Young IMF, then he will respond, young IMF for China. So it's been that's the type of person that he was. Be a friend of Dr. Ophelia Brentu.
Okay.
No, yeah, Dr. John Kuma, ne PhD mate.
Okay.
So there's a video a post here when John passed on. Say, oh, the two of them are late now.
Okay.
So Ophelia, we were. All of us were shocked, just like the way we are shocked today.
Yeah.
And John and myself met at Ophelia even though they are from Tetema. O papa ne o mami nyina no mutna Nkawie nti burial service ni bibia ewo ho, and they send the body to Tetema for burial.
Okay.
So John came there. And we were discussing how and why such a young person would live. But at the same time, also, Dr. Ophelia, in such a short days, she significantly impacted on so many persons and also educated herself to the point of PhD. And Sana Oko. Look, we were all telling ourselves, say, hey, it means, who were older than her at that time, must equally also prepare ourselves. Little did we know
that John would
also be living, and the way and manner he left. And that's why I kind of agree with. He said sometimes, once you start living a life, and you get into even a relationship, and you have begin to give indication. So there's no harm. It doesn't mean say you are coming to die. Those times we think say it means say no. I don't think that it should be the case. We need to really prepare ourselves. But well, he's lived. We've had instances where we've disagreed. As a deputy national youth organizer of NDC, then from 2005 all the way till 2010, we had instances where we meet and also as youth activists with sharp teeth.
Strong lips.
we will hit at each other. We will do all the things that we have to do, but ultimately, our parliament, we had that excellent relationship. I should say it's unfortunate, say Abba the way Abba. But one thing is clear: once you are born, death awaits you. When,
and where,
how, and where
is
what we don't know. Onone dieno Abba, akayena aka. Whilst we learn lessons out of normally, so because ono die wako ye Canada, there's opportunity for to learn something out of it, and we must always learn from it. Yankupon, he has given us forgetfulness, and we may be able to forget the pain and the rest. But I pray, say, lessons now, we shouldn't forget the lessons. We should use it to correct in life. I would have one thing. I don't know whether to talk about it or not, that I would have wished Senka the widow, no matter what it is that is being discussed, in Kan. Emanenkasa.
Despite everything and
I think especially I know say the accounts believe in. So I know yes, modernization has is taking over. Those times now Nyamani is so strong. No, maybe you can into me discuss the deaf.
This would not have been there.
Yeah. So I would say, but all the same, no, that's the situation now. Yeah. I remember when the late big chief, remember the Yankupon a friend na ubikoye mistake okokan ho asem. That was in the 90s. Yeah. Hey, nka na ya dani. Hey. Now, but well, they managed it. Modernization has set in.
Kofi, I mean, as in agreeing with you, I'm saying, you're done in your but
yeah.
Dear Tina, ya ba fidie so. One more a te consolation. If he says Sebi, or te fidie nchi, enti a free archaeology. Ekopim zoology or who nimdiani who nyansa nyina say asem be a free bremai ekoka himai was obeka. Why?
Well, but in some
why you see
enye fidie so na omo enye fidie as organize fidie say and maybe nipa no okoka ye o maybe omo beka and through some social media,
yes,
then
but nipa
then it's taken.
Then be obi akoye sadie no. Because asem na kofa asemba. Yeah. I agree with you perfectly. Say, wo hwe ya mamre ne ya manne mu a, nema bi onu ni say in case. Pa wo ye kama na traso so a, ye wo bri bi a, wan hwe ye na nansesem ye toa ma no ko bia. Na ya be no kre. And only danger no.
I agree with you.
Kofi, you have been in very delicate situation and ka won can be. That's why one ma hu wa ye pen. And nam tibia na man for the wo kom. Emunti. The mesra ni say the ya ka dru no. Wo sha say wo say asem kran kom person.
Well, but I
kokobono e komma wonu mu a aye ye ho. Chese. Ya Ghana mumpa jami ya mobo
so
hey,
in conclusion
obi awu na fe na ayi first enkom chefo ba
because me nko especially like another gentleman here na especially onono die no miamiti here no was that he spoke about it even long before the incident happened. Yeah. Except say the video and audios were being played after it happened. So nka onu say no once at the time okasa asem na nipa no tiase and he was still strong. A week
one money din.
Oh no, obo say na ni din wo this
man cheche my pointers.
Well,
that one money din.
Be those things that I don't follow.
No, case your share won't come.
Oh no, I'm not sure. I'm not talking about the prophet Nidiano. I'm talking about the media
journalists
media in America. Saying no rather na ya taking on na ya reporting to
the police.
Because only say Rebecca say okay about that when the person was still alive. No denial, no disablement. E isu kire bibi that as public officers no e bi wo ha ye ka sembi ma ye nka no say he enye no kure enko bibia. If you know say enye no kure no,
you have
respond.
To respond. But that's why maybe the widow also responded.
Well, but in responding the way she is doing, ediniama bebre na ye there, people are asking say but someone spoke even more after. Okay, even the Tamale incident and all the things
that person has also been invited by the police.
And I'm saying that, but we didn't hear news about the report on that person.
Okay.
And Ekobano sa na kwa to say you are not fighting a fair cause, but I don't want her to become a subject of discussion. Anything that can be done, only no infrim.
Okay.
Nanka ebusuafo no so anyway I think that we should leave it here. BBC nyina yesua so I believe that we will learn from this and carry on. But as public officers nyina no yensua let's learn some of these things. I don't believe in most of the theories that are being bandied around, though. But if they have shot a leader before, they have assassinated a leader before, like an American president, other presidents, and what have you. They have used a knife to stab somebody before. And we have seen incidents. Our great-grandparents told us, even in this traditional leadership struggle, all kinds of things are done. What it means is that when you are in every position, be careful. You have to be careful. You have to be careful.
Very well. That's the Honorable Kofi Adams, Boem constituency member of parliament, and Amoten and Kano. We've done some 14 minutes after 6. At exactly 6:40, we'll wrap up na the interview etimi atwaso. I would start with Dr. Bomfe. Na afi any of the issues or pese udi hun komono wafa edi hun komo. But we say Obi, with respect to what he's saying, take politics out of it. When I recently went to the village in the Oti region recently, it's as if there is no custom barrier. If I won't lie, every day about 50 bags of cocoa is taken out of Ghana. And the person is confirming, Paul McLean confirming Sema Honorable Kofi Adams earlier. No, we say Obi. On this cocoa issue, I don't think Kofi Adams is fully abreast with this matter, or he doesn't live in Ghana. Cocoa business. Na yede papa ebo ewo wager. Yeah, so anyways, the doc me pacho bremo and amintio.
Philip was able.
But we say, Obi, please greet Honorable Kofi Adams for me. He was my floor mate in a Kwafo Hall in the late 1990s. Or ting and a day we are brain. I don't know where Kwafo Hall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kwafo Hall, pa.
Kofi. Philip.
Yes.
And some know me if he say you beat me a cambo. Yanina ahoɔden nsɛm wɔ ɔman mu ha. Kofi Sebekaya yɛdi dɛm nkɔmɔ ya mɔbɔ radio vaco etia ya laughing yɛwɔ ɔmo ɔtɛn bi ɔmo say installed capacity.
Yes.
ɛna distribution mix.
Yes.
ɛna say revenue.
They were installed, available.
And distribution. And there's
transmission, grid connect transmission.
Yeah, but there's something. The transmission losses.
Yes, yeah, transmission losses and commercial losses and so on.
Oh, a trite conversation. Yeah, you say, someone ya can because Bribi Energy Commission gave a certain projection. Say now 200 megawatts installation over a certain period that you benya excess nominate sane mano. Income for no one way winning dear wo and who are not wearing a party collar or muni parliament. The facts are there. Then the Energy Commission is catching. Say ECG say yenya Ghanaian dum ewo awia bremu a transformer fuse na blue ntia ampa say ECG kasa
omo issue statements
there production dey man
say omo hu say peak time no because of transformers be brai overloaded no into my transformers net trip into they are injecting over 600 new transformers into the system.
Obi Sameti Sasemia, I na me bisa me say na why the man is here. Hwe mami come back say mami pese meka.
Me too.
What is the electricity? Apart from illegal connection aye and also illegal connection be a baby no easily a person detect e be hu. What I say? Nipa solely or you in charge of that at least but we are under ECG coverage, you know.
Sure.
ECG for Anna.
Yes.
And say you nipa 10. And I say you meters 10. Now meters 15. I discovered say a what transformer biswa. Ama yanya excess. I need to be to me transformer no. Say fuse never blow, say battery pull, say de be no. Say ECG for na new. Then on my phone.
Na sento mu injecting new transformers.
And then a man one more ye ma transmission transformers na wo dada no. Overloaded.
Unsa the challenge is a time omo nya issues was so many no. In the midst of confrontation issues, no, you had local electricians mounting transformers and adding customers onto the transformers illegally. And a lot of that also happens in the system.
You see, Obi,
and unless there are
ECG is supposed to have a monitoring and supervision department.
Yeah, that's true.
That department, they no monitor. There's supervision, no, yeah. You transit. Emma, you create a problem. I say, sprawls. Nkofasha say Eastleigh Gumbabi, na ba kwamba, mienu aba, miensaba, ni transit a mo bedu 20, mo bedu 30. You say afi de me anase assembly wo no, ye kwa kopam wo mo. Wo mo sha say mo ba mako ni yahu. Enti say the wo kan say electrician no mo a wo mo should look, and I will tell you this. There is no way Obi betumi ayes haneman to the scale now. It will cause Saham ya can without insider trade. There's no way. Obi, it is not possible. And I make us say it also means, even if it is possible, it means say the monitoring and supervision department or unit of the agency has gone to sleep. I didn't. And I say, there were energy challenges. They made the message and say the energy ministry, the agencies within the energy sector, VRA, ECG, Gridco, Energy Commission, independent power producers. Montiase. Now, can your population yes saying? Your energy consumption, yes saying. Mintias ye. I thought I see your excess power. Anakovi yentida. Na your excess. If the word excess, I need to say yanyama na bruso. Meboa. Diye nyano. Yewo brusa.
At a particular point in time, we had excess power.
Na yeden yituminya excess power. Na yetrans yama excess power no. Yesan be hia ye hia de no ebebro excess no so abra yenye ho hwe de ne ma ebasa edi yenya se nipa
yes
me mentini nyina mente ase ntina mi bu sansem no se denti na esese ye du sate bia no now the cost of it there Obi, apart from the social factors, economically expensive. Oh yeah, Juma, you doom kania into 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. I think how the baby we Juma no. One ya and I'm kania ya doom inti. I quite affected or time as I say would you complete a certain job. Now who produce a certain report. Ebi anya Ghana Hong a continental effect, a global effect. Unti kania doom inti. I say I did such to be aware about. Our long-term ramifications are essentially short term and the medium terms. And the na ya jitum say sadie no edi omanya. Obi, I want to say this. To deny is to repeat. Kase bia me kan wo baby say bibia obi bedi asem bi ho achinye no na onye na dwen say opese oye hu bibi anaso twen osacha na dwen free hu ane bibi koso enye enyintum yetu ho anamon. To concede Obi will make you stronger, but to deny you want to repeat it because you successful change theory. The only way you can change from a certain state is to accept that is a point of dissatisfaction. And I say you want to change, who so free, sati bianumu. Obi woti bia boni ben say mu. na onye na dwere set bia na owom no enya ma no ompe eye boni edi ninya untimi nsesa nipa no da concession obi is a strong tool to bring about progressive change. Concession enti masre na masre so aka say ye di nkomon so ye nsusu nkama no ntraso ni enuanum bi no akasa ya kan ya we are so a one man say so concede no they will not concede because we are also dramatizing the matter beyond understanding. Let's get real. Okay, Obi. Psalm 90 verse 12 it applies in all these things. You can only do so much. Oh, you're a member of parliament. You are limits. Your constituency. And so, we are not going to what said the constituency. And that's why people will put every burden on you. Let people know, say, this is how much I can do.
Yes.
A do stage be a mean to me con and travel. Yeah, money open. Say, look, yes, you need to pay. Yeah, better you want to say. Now, more you come and travel. Now, for the Kofi Adams, parliamentary seat, no sunti, and now, boy, say, ni say, Koso, you uniform near the me bad ya.
Me,
that be member Danny Bibia automatic. The battery Kofi Ako now ba and almost a kwabna Gayaro. Eti media the American na say and one day sem no.
Okay.
Ye share na ye nin komono said the SSA ditto. Ye cancel so ye susunka. If you say you were a back of sem, you will be free anybody ever be drew. Ne ye won't be ano, ye bet me a few. Yemfa in see any opepa, any yoko do home in touch. Na yema enuni yankani yenye de to so a me de be bon you know obi eno asamba ko Malawi for yenwie energy anti bakame de yi.
Okay, me yentie Kofi on energy and then we wrap up with the other issues.
Obi na me di na maka sesani
dabi we
answer me di BOMFEH.
Okay,
just look at the spelling
matter
energy
production
issue a car Bibia.
Okay.
Because without energy, look, a dear cry, Yankupon, dear my free, I am from Makra, a dear my free crano at a certain point, crano, energy in Niho, I ever bow, obebre. Like maybe, we sit down, a dino in such a way, say, in that condition, no. That's the type of building I will say we see. And lack of energy into me and so air condition. After a certain time, in Framakura who take it into a system, a bed than BB for won't mean the energy is key. But like Dr. Bonfe Ekaye. I don't think I have situation now. You will me. Nothing in our no nay, that die and no casa be clearly, no, we are in a period worse than the dumsor.
Really?
We are west. We are in a west state.
How so?
No, west because Abrana ye were in the situation of dumsor. Now Obian him say. It was about install capacity yeni. Na yeni because even though the akosombo etumi maye so much no adia eye natural no eye insuo na wo depending on you cannot heavily rely on it. But in there amene wo ka say the thermal mix na abano wo sika ubetumi akra gas na heavy fuel na light crude kra ediaba you can power the systems enough comfortably based on intervention any injections over the period the NDC administration of course don't forget say the Energy Commission ehu ya omode advice yi ba ye no eno na ma under President Rawlings they introduce the first thermal generation mixer yintumi rely on hydro nkwa. So the Aboise thermal plants were introduced into the system for the first time.
Yes.
Post that, no, yentua na mo so much. Ubekaya, Dr. Charles Rekubrobe described the intervention. Then say toy machine generators na omode ebaye. Then President Kufo decided say yemfa another hydro in here then embeka. It was good. But I thought then, say, we didn't need to be shifting to hydro almost immediately, considering the climatic situation now year go through. But be that as may, that went on. Professor Mills Ebaye, he continued with that project. We saw to its completion and commissioning under President John Dramani Mahama. And now, also are they more to deal with the issue of the installed capacity situation. But subsequently, ene ya FAC no asempa sikasem sikane bi eniho. But omun pese o mbeka nokre. Now I say we are worse than dumsor because say who timetable obi when him say from this period to this period no me wakanie. From this period to this period in you will plan very well. But says here with him, if you watch the process, the process needs various levels to complete. You power it. Ayama akwakodru point bia na ye dum kanien. Ye dum kanien so midway. Now who need standby generator,
yes.
It becomes difficult for you to continue that process. Now, so adiano so reversible.
Yes.
So that whole process now we are sanya manye nano ebesai. But in the era na yewo schedule, yewo dumsor with timetable no. When him say me wo power for these 12 hours. So if I want to do something no, may no within this period. And wo kwa koye wo period wonni kane na wona wo course wo ene entisa asempa you just be there, it goes off anyhow. They are playing with our emotions. Yebeba be kan okre no so that you will bring out a schedule ebe boye nyina na wonim say wonim say enya kobo maybe 10 p.m. Yeba be dumunti woniama bi gadgets bi one person ebe suffer damages, you yourself will start putting them off in a process. But they are not, they don't want to do that because on feel say or be announce schedule now and I beka say dumsor. But we find ourselves in that situation. Look, there was a project here na ye initiative senka ye be the reverse flow of gas from the western zone to the eastern side that tema enclave because now yen machines be bria generate can energy no tema ha then so yen gas processing plant no so in the western corridor aban bayen in a rush. They went and announced say they are not interested in reverse pipeline now. Ghana, you see, to move our gas. As a result of that, the West African Gas Pipeline Company, they will say, if you are not going to build your own and you are going to depend on us, Omoko negotiations, they knew we had no alternative. So, the price for transporting our own gas from western side to eastern Ukraine echoes through. If we had even kept it as a secret, say announcement, say we would have gotten a better deal with West African Gas Pipeline. Sika ye chia Emma West African Gas Pipeline for the reverse flow of yen gas. We would have saved some money, but buying rushing. Omudi akwa koto ekawa nanka we could have reduced that debt drastically. We've abandoned that. So today we are relying on West African gas pipeline pipelines for the reverse flow. Ekosiisen. And as a there was some time in the past almost system to us because we owe them some was it 15 or 20 million dollars. They shut it for us, and we had gas in the western region, that's the Atuabo gas, but we couldn't transport it. We were situation now say West African gas pipeline have not shut their system for us, but we do not have enough. Yeniska eno ena PURC report now omodiaba for January 2024 payment the cash waterfall mechanism. Omodiaba na chire bibi. And why do we do this to ourselves? Look, the issue of capacity, we dealt with it. Say generating energy is a cost issue, and the MP levy be to be able to deal with a county beer abba in the area of what generation, and omuye calculation the what we will be generating and what we will be consuming in terms of what power, and then looked at fuel now talk from fuel stations and all the levels of consumption. Say if this rate will continue and will continue to increase at this trend over a 4-year period, sika yebejenu will be enough to pay for a kawa eda in terms of energy generation. And no na emma yede esla no yede edibaye for the called Energy Sector Levy Act. Now it was an act a one determination period because now you say by that time no now you are raising enough ska. And abayin for buy. Or see say you say ye train ama ya jeje sikanon kakran for that period emwa enti mamenye den mamen konko raise bonds na min yaskano na min fan clear e kanenye den emfri ho na ni ameje no kakra as esla no na me die tua for bonds no afi die ye ko raise sa bonds ya e kawa na eda ho anko say ye de this 4-year collection of ESLA, has ballooned and is now more than twice. And the question people are asking is, bond na yeko rezi yeno yedi yeden. Afeso, omijin pemu say, oh, there's ESLA. Ye jiji from every liter of fuel na ye 20. Ye rezi sa bond no omobeto bonds ni bi no ene ye ma on haircut. Even though we are still taking the ESLA levy ni ye guswa ye ji ESLA no, even up till now ye intra after 4 years no we didn't take it off. We are still taking it today. Waka make us say you are being political. But it was made and raised as even a news. It was called as one of the nuisance taxes. And not only have we kept it to run for the entire period, we have extended it and we used it to raise bonds. The bond money has ballooned, and people who even bought the bonds, says here, to give them haircuts or not to give them haircut. That's how dangerous the whole sector is. And niaotu anamo ofishe sika ekwanya yebenya sika edia clear debt increase the capacity and so on and so forth. You call that person incompetent. Enewa capacity no wo sika no so a yede be ya ade no so still e wo ho, and you are not able to deal with the situation. Yenka de emfa wo. Unfortunately, yet instead of confronting the truth, dumsor. Say transformers in fuse na air blow. How? And Timudia fuse blow at the same time every day in one particular area. enti baby Dr. Bonfete no enya bo tempe na fuse na blow bo 5 a.m. now makwa akoye hu ejuma the next day or two the same time na ayesa so fuse no blow according to time. But everybody knows say load on transformers no enya dia esi preko because nkrofo are dying, new developments are eba and people get connected no trend no you see the trend. So what was ECG itself also doing in terms of what getting new transformers to some areas, you know? So some of the excuses, you know, it may work for some localized situations, small area, but idea here consistent in there, more fast explanation very clear that something seriously must be done. Because I agree with Dr. Bonfe. Say, yanyehu bibia, we shall be confronted with even a bigger problem because it will affect our economy in its entirety. Because economy if you don't show clear signs, say would the esla any niyama ebetua sadia na ye the beka with national debt one. Your national debt now will become even bigger. Meanwhile, our revenues now will to me raise the so small. So your debt to GDP, the situation will go so worse, and your ratings will become so poor, and nobody will want to do any business with you. And we don't want Ghana to collapse as a result of the way we are handling the energy situation. So, that government must admit failure in that sector first, because say we won't agree. Now we mechanic the way I was saying we can. Then people will be talking and be forcing you.
So Kofi, this is what I was advising against. You are not agreeing with me.
No,
if you agree with me, it is not to say failure. If there are issues, concede the issues. It doesn't mean concede failure. Because now you make it difficult for them to come out.
Dr. Bonfe.
It's a difficulty.
Dr. Bonfe. I use failure because adia waka. We see who solutions. Who niya yebeye. Who san beka utie dumsiesi. Ye kasa dumson e dia no beka. Omo say ye dumsiesi. So you use all kinds of things to try to cover the sore. You use all kinds of things to do all the things that you have done.
But at the time, it was indeed.
I am saying that
at the time, not now.
No, but the challenges that didn't come today. I am saying, say the challenges didn't. The athlete that was not running well. No, it wasn't just because of the boot. The athlete had problems with some of the muscles.
Okay.
And was blaming only the boot. Say a boot, you know, and without talking about the boot in Abba. Now some muscles no problem, no, and the says yeah, and that's all. So the problems have been there, and I think that look, there is nothing wrong in admitting. Say a baby Adrian, this is how it is. Let's come together. Let's sit. So
let's have the open conversation without using words like
saying that,
failure.
Oh, but did you know the words that they...
What you are saying? No, but you are not comfortable with them. And you are raising those issues now.
When you are in leadership, when you are in leadership, you must not be in leadership to be comfortable. When you are in leadership, you are in leadership. Look, I don't know, okay, we are the burden of leadership. Don't put yourself in some looking for comfort. Say, oh, treat you with kids glove when people are in pain and the rest. Leadership must confront the truth. Leadership must come out and
your side.
And I'm saying that that is why we want them to first admit, because they are in charge. We admitted the truth and dealt with it. That this was the way we were going to deal with it.
Very well.
So we built capacity. We brought ESLA to deal with the situation. Now you have come. The situation has come. What is your solution? Oh, we are having a challenge. We need all of you to sit together and let's see what new can be done.
Okay.
But you are not admitting that. So energy,
very well,
is
very
an
well.
issue that we really.
Doc, me say doc. Honorable, what can I say? Maybe also PhD in
all my friends are doing this.
You need to. I was here. Sorry, you interview be paid for interview be whatever. And doc. Bonfe wo de be cheme say nsem ne yabrobro so awie.
Ye meka nyina ne say ye ntwe am no kasa yi.
Okay.
Na ye ka ne nne no e da ho twen.
E da ho twen.
Na say wo pese ye nya gidi wu mu say wo ye obi a wo kasa wo dwen ho ansa na waka. Na wo ka de e free wu mu even if impose yen from so kra na ye adwemu fine na wo de kan ya ye nhwe ya no kasa. Ye nto ye se to da ye nto ya no na reka. No be can same be or say wasama obeka no munye du enche kom ya ene ye kom.
Oh. Medase
ana bo minute ana
that be uni
minute. Well, just to wish Professor Nana Jane very well. She's been selected. She's a powerful, strong woman who have done so well. She has proven subsequently after she breaking the glass ceiling of a female vice chancellor. Other public universities
and so you vice chancellors
it's because she did that well. If she had been a failure, they would not have been motivated to pick other equally qualified women. She was selected not just because she's a woman, because of a qualified, competent woman. And I know together or no any John Dramani Mahama will deliver us. After 3 years of them being in power, to come and discuss dumsor.
No. Ekosiisen in Higher Sempa FM.